Everybody, we survived the storm. I'm going to make a video just to tell you all that. Actually, we went out jeeping like I said we was going to do, and see the tape wrapped all around my computer. Get on this side. It's all on the bottom. I finally got it wet, shorted it out, and we ended up usually on these things, if you get these wet, you can dry them out and they'll usually come back. This one did like 3 times now, maybe 4. But what I do is I'll take it out, put it under on somebody's dash on the heater with this hole. See if I can see the hole. So if you can focus on the daggum thing. There's a little hole right here. It's a one-way check. Lets air out, nothing in type of thing. But if you lay it upside like that on the dash, or where that hole's at the top, let it heat the whole computer up, it'll dry it out. And every time so far for me it's worked, and it cranked the engine up. Usually when your computer goes bad, your gauges, when you switch it on, it'll just sit there. The oil pressure will sit there. And sometimes on your display right here it'll say no bus when your computer's wet or shorted or bad or whatever. But this one, it's working now that I dried it out, but it's keeping the engine light on, and it's saying that 1 through 6 injectors are shorted. So I mean, it's running, but it ain't right. I got to get one for it. And what it was, in the bottom of mine, there was a crack. There was a crack all the way around the bottom edge of it down in there. It was cracked, and it was letting that steam come in there, or water, whatever, and it was shorting it out. But it's happened to me. It happened one time about a year ago, and then it actually happened to me at Jeep Fest in North Carolina. When it happened up there, I dried it out. It's happened to me in the woods a couple times, and I just dried it out. And this time here was a little worse. It took a while to get it where it would crank up. But anyway, that's why we didn't have a Jeeping video. We did go out, and I got some footage of it, but it's not good video, man. It was raining, and we was in some tight spots, and bent my tire carrier back because it got that damn. I know y'all probably all seen how I have my jacket but like that, and a bunch of you is probably like, he's gonna tear that some bitch off one day. Well, it bad happened. I got it hooked on I actually got it hooked on top of a bridge. Now you tell how close it was under that bridge, because it wasn't sticking much higher up than them lights. It grabbed that jack and bent all this back. But next videos I'm gonna be making is gonna be tearing this Jeep down. I might start on it this Saturday, but the rear ends, wheel bearings it's just, y'all know, I've been telling you, we got to do something with it. We're going to start on this rear end this weekend, see what we're going to do with it. Also got somebody going by. I didn't want to think I was crazy. You see here, jabbed a piece of wood between here and the bead stiffener. So I had a flat out there too. Had to dig that out. It was a cluster, man. We should not have went out in that storm like we did. That was just stupid. But we did, because that's what we do. I got a little bit of video of it. I might tack some of it on the end of this. It's a lot of not recorded very well and stuff, but basically some guys were asking me, you know, how things went with the storm, and I just want to let y'all know we was alright, man. It's just, this is about all we got damage-wise. We sat in the shed and drank beer and played guitars Friday night, and because the Jeep was broke. And these are the limbs that fell where the wife's Jeep's at. That one's about the same size. And these, that's all that fell down. It would have messed her Jeep up if I left it here. But our power went out for a little while, but I had to put all this back up where we can work right here. But anyway, we definitely gonna start here with the rear end. we'll tear it down, or we'll tear it down on video and check it out and see what we need to do versus to fix it and to put a locker in it and some gears. And then we'll move to the front. The front's this bear, that U-joint right there is making noise. But you know, guys, I built this thing 2 years ago, about this time of the year, and I haven't broken anything major on it. This is just all stuff that's worn out. The ball joints are starting to squeak, and we're gonna go ahead and do something with the steering and the shocks, and there may not be no Jeeping videos for a while of us going out. I want to get a different winch because I done bent the piss out of this one. That's a pretty good winch, man. From it's a Warn. It come from Tractor Supply. The only reason I got it from Tractor Supply is because I wanted it and nobody had one in stock, that one I wanted, so ended up getting this one. But it's been a good winch. It's been a really good winch. The only thing that's happened to it now is it's bent. I bent it. If you look at it right there, pulling that JK up that hill, that last video, I had a snatch block to him and then back with a tree right here, and it bent this thin ass plate down. But we got a welder and a plasma cutter, we can stiffen that up. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna wash it up. The next videos I'll be making, we'll be tearing that rear end down. Maybe we can get some videos of actually doing stuff instead of just tearing it up. I tell you what though, guys, these Cherokees are tough, man. People can say whatever the hell they want to about them, but 2 years ago I went through this thing from end to end. New engine, resealed the transmission, U-joints, wheel bearings, new oil, new U-joints in everything, front to back. Painted it, all the stuff. I had 34-inch LTBs on it, Super Swampers, and now I went to the 36s. And I changed the lift from 6.5 to 8.5. But I never broke a drive shaft, an axle, anything. And a lot of that's due to the terrain we have. You know, the mud's way easier on stuff. When y'all see comments on my videos sometimes. Most of the time I delete them because I don't like negative crap like that. But you know, you see people say, "Oh, that thing, you know, that ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna work. This whatever." But it will in the mud. Mud's a lot easier on stuff. It's slippery. It's, you know, it's just easier on stuff. There's all there is to it. Up there in the climate with rocks and steep hills and shit like that, this thing would probably break, you know, because it's all still stock. We're about to change that. I'm not gonna make a promise on the timeline of how long it's gonna take me because this shit's expensive as hell to do this front end and rear end. But we're gonna do it. We're either gonna build that rear end that's under there or stick something else under it, but we're definitely gonna build this front end with some 30 spline axles. That's my decision. I've made it. I got the Dana 60 that I was talking about, but I'm not doing all that shit. I just want to keep what everybody else has, and plus the 1-tons. Now, see how tight in the trails we get. See these scratch marks all down the side? You ain't going down some of them trails that we go down with 1-tons. There ain't no way. You can't even fit in the trail. I mean, I even got rub marks on. I was even rubbing some of this stuff the other day. See them tree marks? I was rubbing all the way down them trees. Look at there. You can't do that with 1-tons. And if I'd have put the big axles under this thing and I couldn't go down them trails, because one of them's right down from the house, man, that just is not what I want. And a lot of y'all told me that, but I'm hard-headed. Y'all stay with me long enough and become friends with me, you'll see I'm hard-headed. But I think I'm making the right decision. You can get axles for that rear end, pretty decent price. It's $825. It's been good to me. It's 29 spline axles in it, and it's been alright. Now, I have thought about doing other things with the rear end, but we're probably going to build this, and if nothing else, we'll put axles in it, gears because we won't have to change the carrier, and a lunchbox locker, but the front's going to be done right. We're going to put 30 spline axles in it, probably a Yukon locker, because I don't know, either a Detroit or a Yukon. I like the Detroits better, but they're a little bit more expensive. We're going to put the seals in the end of the axle tubes, keep the water out. 488 gears front and back, and high steering. Probably that what's the name of it? There's a couple different ones I'm looking at. But we're gonna fix this thing, do all this shit like it's supposed to be done. I just haven't messed with it, guys, because it works damn good. And I'll be honest with you, if the ball joints wouldn't have started squeaking and that axle's making the chirp of death, if it wasn't doing that, I'd probably keep right on wheeling it. And I don't see how, you know, most of y'all probably wouldn't blame me. I mean, hell, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's broke now. Got to get a computer for it, and I'm going to do these axles. We get some lockers under, and she will go. And these tires go back on there, and we're going to sell them. And I'm going to get the 38.5 1100 boggers put on here. See how that goes. That's been my plan the whole time. They're lighter weight than these 36s are, so it ought to work good with 488s. And we're going to take the tire carrier off the back because I'm sick of death of that thing. I'm not going to take it completely off. I'm going to take my plasma cutter and we're going to modify it to hold gas cans and stuff like that to get this out of my line of sight. Because you can't see shit backing up with this thing. Like I said before, I would not put a tire carrier on the back of my Cherokee. But a little 1150 bogger would look pretty good right up there in the middle behind them lights, is what I'm thinking. Anyway, guys, I'll put some of that video up at the end. It's going to be short, and it's not going to be recorded good. It was raining, the wind was blowing, and then I got some pieces of some spots we was on beforehand, you know, here a while back that I can maybe add in there. I basically want to make a video, let y'all know we're alive, we're good to go, and we will holler at you later. And y'all take it easy. I'll put the video up right after this. Well, after further review, I don't have any video. I told the wife it sucked and she erased it all, so I'm sorry. Anyway, next video I'll post, we're going to be tearing this thing down and see what 2 years of beating in the woods and the mud, and that's all it's done. Kind of see what kind of wear we got in it, and start doing some of these mods I've been talking about. Guys, we're safe, everything's good. My brother's house got pretty messed up in Daytona, but he's alright, family's alright, everybody in the family's alright. It just barely skated us here. We got lucky. People in South Carolina is who got it, man. There's, I think, 20 confirmed dead up there already from the rain. You know, it's what surprised me about the storm. We didn't get much rain from it. We did a little bit, but not like it usually is. And they got it all, man. So y'all keep them people in your prayers, because they are catching it right now. Well, not the storm's gone, but usually in a hurricane, the wind's the damage. Then afterwards, when the storms, you know, all stop raining, the rivers start rising and people's houses go away, and that's the worst part about it, the wind and all the damn water, which, you know, obviously. Guys, y'all have a good one, and I'll holler at y'all soon. Take it easy.